Here we have a 2017 on a 17 registration, Irizar i6 Integral, 41 seat executive coach. So we are at White Star Travel in Neilston to the west of Glasgow, looking at this little baby Irizar. We like these when they come up. So let's talk about the vehicle. So alloy wheels are fitted, bodywork pretty much all good. One thing I'll say, and I'm not sure if this was painted in 9010 rather than 9003. I think if it was me buying it, once I took the vinyls off, I'd compound it and bring it back up, because it's starting just to look a little bit creamy. But as I said, it might be 9010 that it's painted in. Nothing to get upset about. I just think it'd benefit from a good power compound and polish. We've got a power operated rear continental door fitted that's got a little bit of a dink in it up there. Again, now major, and it's had a little bit of something here that possibly needs tidying up. Other than that, I can't really find anything. Reverse camera fitted. Under the bonnet we have a Euro 6 DAF MX-11 engine. That's driven through a ZF Ecolite fully automatic gearbox. Again, it's obviously had some repairs up here. Down the near side, nothing jumping out at me. Power operated locker. Now we're going to talk about lockers or luggage space. Loads of luggage space on here. Now compare them to the TC9, for example, that I looked at earlier, or the MD9. Great little vehicles, don't get me wrong, lacking in luggage space. So if you need something where you've got access issues, so you need something a bit shorter, and these are what I think they're 10.8 meters long, but you need luggage, this is better. Now I always wanted a B9M Vanu, always, and I could never bring myself to get one, and I'll tell you why. A B10M cost exactly the same to run, fuel, insurance, blah blah blah, right? I could get 49 in a B10M. I couldn't get 49 in a B9M, but I could get the B9M load in the B10M. I'm making sense, hopefully. Anyway, I'm not going to stand still. I'm going to turn that canary off. But so it was the cost issue, really, because at the time the alternative was a Plaxton Cheetah or something Atego based, and then you're up to like 20 miles per gallon plus. So it makes more sense. And that was in the days when people would quite happily go from the northwest of England to London in a Cheetah. These days they won't. So when you get into your little MD9s and TC9s, they're not the greatest on fuel. Okay, they're very similar to a big coach, but you're not getting the luggage capacity. In fact, there's some full-size coaches that are probably a little bit better on fuel. So then we move on to something like this, and now it becomes justified. Because if you're going to go out and buy a little TC9, a little MD9, for a little bit more money, you can have something like this, which negates the luggage issue. It rides better because it's on big wheels. Obviously, bigger lump, but similar, or in some cases slightly better on fuel. So your running costs, which was always what put me off the B9M, are irrelevant now, because a lot of people will buy your little Thames, a little Yutong over a van-based product or a truck-based product, which will do twice the mileage, but it's because of perception, driver perception and public perception. So that's worth thinking about when you're looking at a vehicle of this size. Anyway, back to this one. We're going to work backwards. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and start back at the front, because I've talked that much, I've gone the length of the vehicle. So let's get back down here. So As we jump on board, we've got 41 reclining seats. They're fitted with 3-point seat belts. Half leather trim. This interior, very corporate. Greys, blacks, neutral. We like that. Half leather trim. Now, the reason I mentioned greys, blacks, neutral, put 2 or 3 tables in this. You've got a little corporate exec, haven't you? Maybe 34 seats, something like that. You know, if you're in that sort of market. Not offensive at all. Rear floor mounted toilet. If you wanted to go to down, you could get A and D to take that double out and that 3, and you can have 36 in a little back kitchen. It all depends how far you want to go. Wood effect laminate to the floor. I like this light. I don't like, you know, that really brown wood effect laminate. I like the grey. I like this. I just think the brown one, it looks less classy. We're fully air conditioned, Hisper system, which is working perfectly. USB connectors under the seat. I'd have to get on my hands and knees to show you, but I like that because if they're hidden, people don't poke things in them that they shouldn't. But I do like this. This is a smart little coach, this. Very nice. We're wired for DVD. We've got 1 monitor at the front. Dash is all in good order. Standard Irizar i6 dash. Main controls to the driver's right. We've got multifunction steering wheel. Mileage, listen, it's done now, this. It's not done 250,000 kilometres. Right, so it's not even running. Let's be honest, for a vehicle of this age. There's a safe under the driver's seat. We've got lane departure warning, automated emergency braking system, adaptive cruise control. Fridge in the dashboard. Courier seat. All it needs for me, new carpet up the middle, different bus. So, number of vehicles to do at White Star this morning. This is my favourite so far, and it probably will remain my favourite till I've finished, because I do like these little Diddy Irizars. So to recap, it is a 2017 on a 17 registration Irizar i6 Integral 41 seat executive coach.